Hello, 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 lovely people. Today I was thinking by myself, like, what would make a difference when people are having a long-term relationship and they are in a toxic relationship, or they are in a burned out relationship, or they are in a divorce. And because my main thing is vision and leadership are the most important things that you can position for yourself. When you have a relationship with a vision and you're standing in your leadership with a vision, what would change when you would do that? And I was thinking about it, and I thought, let's share this, because this can save divorces, like ugly, draining divorces. What if you could turn them around in a successful, conscious divorce? And what would change if you could create being in a relationship that doesn't inspire you anymore, that doesn't have the energy and the vitality that it needs to be happy within that relationship? And what if you would have a clear vision within your relationship, like a relationship vision, and specifically having clarity on what it is that is common ground, like, for example, 3 words that define your relationship, that is built by both of you. Because when you are in a relationship, you are always with 3: you, the other one, and the relationship. So when you have an idea or a wish or a vision about what for you is important within the relationship, and the other person has the same for him, but it's not equal, it's totally different, how can you bring change within that relationship? Just by creating a mutual vision and having a commitment to that vision together. So you are not devoting yourself to another person, you are not putting yourself aside for somebody else, and you don't expect the other one to put their own needs or their own vision or their own desires aside to please you. But what if you just, instead of pushing each other to one direction because it pleases you, what if you could create a combination, like one common ground that positions you within the relationship? So when you get to make a choice, when you get to have you get to make difficult decisions, because mostly decisions come from the mind, choices come from the heart. But when you get to take action or do things, that you always create alignment with the core vision of your relationship. My awareness is that divorces and cheating in relationships and pain and hurtful toxic situations within a relationship always occurs when there is a lack of 2 things: vision and leadership. Leadership meaning that you are responsible for your own actions, and you are aware that you are part of the reality. You are creating the reality and you are a part of it. So when you are in your leadership, you have different levels of leadership. And the more ego that is involved in the way you create your reality, the less powerful, empowering leadership you have. So the more ego that is within your reality and ego that is determining your choices and creating your reality, the less powerful, empowering leadership you have. And when you have a lack of empowering leadership to empower yourself or to empower others, it means that there is no common ground in leadership. For example, for me, when I connect with myself, I have a vision, and I have 3 words that cover my vision, and that these are the words of connection, inspiration, and transformation. These are the things. This is for me. Every choice I make, every action I make gets to be aligned with these 3 words. And when I connect with who do I get to be, means when I am, for example, having a lack of discipline, consistency, and commitment, it will not serve me and it will not serve others. So my 3 words for me personally is to be committed, to have discipline, consistency, and commitment. And when I have these 3 words, when things are difficult, or when I want to go to old habits of self-sabotage, I anchor myself in these 3 words. Do I always do that? Of course not. Sometimes I forget, but I have them, and these are my anchors. So this is how I determine, for me, these are the actions that I'm committed to for myself, to create the lifestyle that I deserve, that I desire, to create the relationships that I deserve and I desire, to create my health, to create my wealth, to create everything that's important to me, to live my purpose. So, and the other thing is, for me, also very important, is to connect with my energy. What is my energy? How do I feel? How do I connect? What are the things I'm thinking about, and how do I act for myself in general? So also here I have a few words that anchor me, and when I bring them all together, actually I have 12 words that define who I am and how I get to show up and how I am able to serve my vision, build my dreams, and have a life of purpose. And when I do that, can you imagine if you do this for yourself and you have a partner that is also willing to do that, and together you can create, coming from that space, a mutual vision on how to build the relationship, to develop the relationship, to create the relationship. Or when you see, like, okay, for example, when I am a man or I am a woman and I like to be intimate with more than one person, because in my vision it's not doable to have intimacy with the same person for the rest of my life. And my partner, he or she is in the awareness that I cannot imagine that I would have intimacy with another man or woman other than my partner. So when you are in that space, you can do a lot of things, but it will not work out, because the vision on intimacy is completely different. So you can split up, because you can change each other. You get to show up for the person that you are. So what if, when you discover that by being open and transparent and connective with each other, and you discover that, then you can have a conscious breakup with each other. So when you have a conscious breakup, it doesn't mean you get to guilt the other one of cheating or whatever. No, when these things happen, you just can see like, okay, I am not the right woman or man for you, but I still love you. And I can see the value of us connecting with each other because we had a common ground. The moment we met, we had a common ground. And that common ground, when you put that in the middle, which is part of the vision, the way you connect with each other, then you can have a conscious divorce or a conscious breakup. Why? Because you can plus with each other. You can still use the benefit of the connection instead of destroying the connection. It's a completely different approach, but it works. So when you can allow, instead of judging people, instead of judging yourself, instead of naming people with specific names like egocentric or narcissistic or victim or whatever you name the other person, when you come from a foundation of everything is energy, and you come from leadership that says, I am responsible for everything that I say, do, think, and feel, it means you create your own world and you get to be responsible for what is happening to you. And when you come from that space, there is no place for hate, guilt, shame, blame, and fault. There is only the essence of connection, inspiration, and transformation. And there is only the allowing the other person to be the best version of himself, whether it is a match with your vision or not. So having a clear vision for your relationship and how you define relationship, and connecting with the other and putting things together so you can create alignment with who you are within the relationship and what is for you important in terms of intimacy, in terms of relationship responsibilities, in terms of financial responsibilities, in terms of connection, communication, in terms of parenting, or whatever it is that is part of your relationship, that defines your relationship. You create a difference. And as a tantric healer, for me, this is always the foundation. When you connect with another person, first connect with yourself. And Tantra is a beautiful way to develop awareness and transform your reality. And with the Kickstart, which is another project of mine, it is creating that vision for yourself and connecting with people with a common vision, and building your leadership and being responsible for who you are and who you want to become, and being responsible for letting go old habits, old stories, old beliefs that don't work for you. So when you want to save your marriage, your relationship, your friendship, your relationship with your parents, your children, or whatever, you get to create a vision for both of you and create alignment with the other one, being forgiveful, for having forgiveness for the way they don't please you, because there is no value in people pleasing you. because pleasing is not the same as serving. When you have a codependent relationship, that when he or she is doing XYZ, then I will be happy within the relationship. This is not healthy. It's not serving anyone. So connect with, first of all, who are you? Who do you want to be? How do you want to show up? And what is for you the essence of who you are? And what is for you? What is your vision about your parenting? What is your vision about your relationship? What is your vision about the relationship with your parents, with your friends, with your spouse, with your boss, with your clients, with whatever it is? When you have a clear vision on where you want to go, and you check that vision and you evoke the vision of the other person, then you create a relationship vision. Whether it is your spouse, your child, whatever, who it is, every relationship should have a vision. And every person within that relationship should develop their leadership. Because without leadership, without ownership, without self-awareness, communication can be challenging, and conflict and disappointment and frustration and anger and all these lower energies will be part of your life. When you want to shift that, it's important to have a vision and a clear awareness on where your leadership is. And do you want to know more? You are always welcome to our Kickstart experience on Monday or Wednesday every week at 8 p.m. Central European Time. I will put a link below. Bye.